Have I got Nicole and Alona? I'm good. Hello. Now, if some of you, there we go. Alona, if you're still logged in on the same, oh, there you are. Okay, because I discovered sitting up. What about that? Hello, Facebook people. Hello. So I have a feeling we're going to be reduced all day because some people lost their power. Ooh, we got Victoria coming on. So happy to see Victoria.
I didn't see Victoria yesterday.
She was out. And so, you know, we get it. Who else? I see a new face, a new name. So I'm going to find out who that is in just a minute. And I'm going to explain a little something about technology. But Nicole, I'm so happy you're here, lovely lady. I'm so happy to see you up. Alona, I saw that you were in yoga. So awesome. Victoria, I'm so happy that you're here.
And here, I'll you the mute.
And what? Is that Irma?
We can hear you. You can talk.
Yes.
Irma, so happy. I'm going to be giving you a call tomorrow, okay? And I did get your message. It was just kind of a kooky week. Week. And, what? We got Ezra joining on. How nice. I was worried nobody was going to come on. I was really scared. Now, I see a new face that I don't think I actually introduced myself to. And it's a lovely lady, maybe wearing a blue and gray swirly shirt. Could that be a pretty pattern?
Who could that be? Look up there.
Who could that be wearing a beautiful blue and swirly shirt? Could somebody just let me know her name? Heather. All right, Heather, so nice to meet you. My name is Deborah, and that's okay if you're doing something else. That's okay, but very nice to meet you. Hey, Hannah, what is up? And we got Ezra on. And Nicole, I see somebody with you. And Jamie on Facebook. So if some of you lost, well, you guys already know you have power. But, you know, if you have a friend or somebody saying, hey, I'm sad I missed a certain class. Some of the classes, hey, Sue, will be on Facebook as well today. I'm going to try to get as many up as possible so people can go back and take a look so they don't feel that they missed it. Hey, how's it doing? I think that's Hannah's dad. And hey, Ezra. Hey, what's going on? How are you?
Okay.
You're okay? All right. That's all we can hope for. After that storm, was that like a kooky, crazy storm? So I'm going to guess, and I think David J is coming on. I know some people lost power, and I think that's where I'm going to get my Facebook people.
I got it.
Who doesn't have... Let me ask. Is everybody on Zoom? Do they have power? Hey, Heather, how are you? I like that apron. I have an apron on too. So we match. My name is Deborah. Welcome. I'm super duper excited that you're here. So I'm going to introduce Heather, if that's okay, to the other people that I have. Everybody. Nicole, can you wave hello to Heather? She's got this gorgeous curly hair. I love that.
It is.
Right? I got yucky hair. I'm lucky to be at the shore.
She did not get it from her mom.
It skips a generation, right? But welcome, and hello. I'm Deborah. And today's date, because I want to make sure I follow that instruction by one of our members, it is Wednesday, August 5th. I got to check my watch. So welcome. So Nicole, can you say hi to Heather? Wave and say hello so she can maybe find you. Give us a wave or give me the eyebrows, Nicole. Give me the eyebrows. There we go. Nicole is smiling over there. All righty. Nicole's in the top. Alona, can you say hello to Heather? You guys might have seen each other already, and I don't know. And Ezra, can you give a wave to Heather so she knows which handsome gentleman you are? Can you give Heather a wave? Because she's new. Excellent. Because you're now like, a regular now, Ezra. I've seen you all week. So you're one of the crew. Nice. Thank you for saying hello. And Irma, can you say hello to Heather? The two of you have beautiful curly hair. There we go. Excellent. Hannah stepped away. There's Hannah somewhere. Hannah, just give a wave to Heather. I don't know if you guys know each other. So if you guys already know each other, just tell me. Deborah, we already know each other. We got Victoria and we got Kara. All righty. Cooking, I know usually the 10:30 class people come in a little late. So the way I start, Heather and Ezra and anybody else that's new, we do a little chit-chatting first to let people in. And I'm going to tell you what our recipe is today.
Okay.
Nicole, I need my coffee. So, but everybody was okay with the storm? All right. It looks like you guys did okay because you're here. And so that must mean you have power. Anybody see any trees that fell down or hear about them? No? Everybody?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Somebody said, oh, yes. I know by me.
We lost power, but we're grateful it came back after 5 hours.
Ooh, 5 hours. Whoa, 5 hours no Wi-Fi is not fun. We all start to get a little upset.
Behind us still doesn't have it.
Oh, that's awful. That's terrible. Yeah, and I'm hearing some people, it might be days to get power.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Our friends are that way, but they at least have a generator.
Okay, so that's good. I don't, so I was grateful that I didn't lose power. So
we don't either, so we were grateful when it came back.
Hannah, do you have your power? Yeah, no doubt. Hannah, do you have your power back?
I do, but I don't like the virus.
You know what, Hannah? I agree with you. Thank you for sharing that because you know what? It makes all of us know that we're not alone in that. We don't like it either. And we're working through it, Hannah. We're working through it and we're together, okay? That's all that counts right now. We're together. We can do this. Oh no, poor Jamie doesn't have any power in her house. But she's at the shore. So just rub it in. But be safe, Jamie. All righty. So today, Irma, you going to take some notes for me while we're working? You're going to do that for me? So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. Some of you are new to my cooking section. Generally we try to make things that are easy, and one of the fun parts is I never cook it before, so I have no idea if the recipe is gonna bomb, meaning it's gonna be terrible, or if it's gonna work out. That's part of the fun. That's what I do. So I'm gonna go through the materials and the supplies you need, and then we're going to get started. Hey, we got Jeter on. We got Michael joining in as well. Some such wonderful, happy faces that I love to see. Mike D is coming on. And we got Jeter. Hey, man, what's up? We've got Heather on. We got Nicole. We got Ezra. We got Hannah. We got Alona. We got Jeter connecting. We got Irma today. I'm super duper excited about that. We got Victoria. She's not showing her face. That's okay. That's all right. We got Kara, and now, hey, we got Dixon. What is up? And we got Connie. So always good. Maybe they'll join us. So I'm going to start by letting you know what supplies we will be working with today. And I try, those of you who are new to my class, I do try to get you on Facebook. The materials are in the emails that I send over the weekend, what stuff you would need. So I try to make it simple. And stuff that you would have in your house. And that's kind of what I try to do. Hey, Victoria. How are you?
I'm alright.
Okay, just relax. I know what's going on, so just relax.
Right.
I'm just glad.
The camera's off, so I'm here.
Okay, all righty, good. I'm glad you're watching. He needed to see her. He needed to see her beautiful face. So let us begin. The things that you're going to need is you're going to need a bowl. Actually, it would be helpful if you had 2 bowls. It would be helpful. You don't have to, but I'm going to use 2 bowls. Okay, one for when I measure my dry ingredients and one when I'm going to be mixing everything together. So it's helpful. It's helpful if you have two. And I know my head gets cut off. But I want you all to know I did get to shower today. My bathtub was fixed and my hair is back to its normal color.
Did it?
Yes, it is fixed and it's back to its normal
good.
color. Okay, it's back to blue.
Good.
Thank
I'm happy
goodness.
about
Thank
that.
goodness. You're gonna need a whisk, okay, a whisk. And I just, I feel like that's really weird that my head is cut off. Okay, so, because then you all like looking at me like this, like, who is this weird lady? You should be getting out your usual measuring stuff. So your measuring cups, and we're going to be working with, those of you who are going to learn, I'm very disorganized. You don't need a huge measuring cup, but at least a half a cup measuring cup, okay? At least that. And a cup, because we're going to have about 2 cups of flour. So just get those main ones, and you're going to need your measuring spoons. Woohoo! Measuring spoons, right? So couple of measuring cups, your half cup, your full cup will do, your cup will work, and your measuring. So we have our whisk, at least 1 bowl, maybe 2 if you prefer. We've got our measuring cups. We're gonna need, hold on. Oops, I didn't even tell you what we're making today. Does anybody know? That would have helped you. Ezra, do you know what I'm making
Dinner
today?
rolls.
I'm making dinner rolls. Somebody asked for lunch, and that would help you if I told you what we were making. Duh. We're making no yeast dinner rolls because I don't like to work with yeast because it takes too long. So we're going to try to figure out, can we make yummy, delicious rolls for our lunch today or for our dinner without using yeast? We're going to find out, and I'm going to tell you what yeast does in just a second. So we need a cooking tin. So those of you who are new to this class and are just kind of checking it out today, don't worry. Just see how hey, Jeter, what's up, man? See how this works. And then the next class you can join more on, more actively if you like. Alrighty, so let's get our ingredients going. So we're gonna need, you ready guys? We need 2 tablespoons of butter, okay? So if you go to the Facebook page, the ingredients are there. I have to put the whole recipe up, but you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of butter. If you're a non-dairy person, for whatever reason, and some of you may say, hey, can I swap that out because I don't have dairy or I don't like the butter? Yeah, you can also use canola oil, or I think you can use any oil, Ezra, Hannah, any oil. You could swap it out with oil. I think you can do it. So we're going to need 2 tablespoons. We'll measure that in a second. You're going to need some milk. This is kind of a weird measurement. We're going to need milk. Now, for those of you who are non-dairy peeps, you're going to might ask me, hey, can I swap it out? And the recipe said, sure. You can use any milk substitute. So if you use almond milk, I think coconut milk, any milk that you want, you can do it, okay? So when I say milk, you put in the milk you like. I'm going to use, I got reduced fat. I'm going to use 2% reduced fat, but whatever you need, you can replace it. We're also going to make them a little sweet, because, we need sweetness in our lives. So that's right, Nicole, we need a little sweetness. This is just going to be a half a tablespoon of sugar. And if you miss the measurements, don't worry. We're going to go back and do the measurements as well. I just want to let you know, so if you're looking for your ingredients, you can. You're also going to need 2 teaspoons, we'll talk about that, of baking powder. That's what's going to make our dough rise. That's what's going to make our dough rise instead of using yeast. And then the biggie, we're going to use flour. I'm going to use an all-purpose flour, and that's what our recipe calls for. You're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, okay? Now, there may be extra things we can add, so if you have a little extra butter, maybe keep it aside. We can do stuff like that. I'll explain it. But that's all you need. That's all you need to make some rolls for your lunch or for dinner. So it was, what was it, guys? What was it, Ezra? Do you remember one? What was one of them? One was butter, right? Good job. Nicole, just give me a thumbs up. One was milk, right?
Yep, one was milk.
Yeah, well, you've been quiet, Michael. What's up, man? What's up? So we need butter, milk, sugar. I'm sorry, I forgot one. Salt. You're going to need some salt. A half a teaspoon of salt. So we'll go through it again. Some salt. So let me see how many ingredients. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ingredients, but all things that typically you have in your house, right? Flour, baking powder, salt, a little sugar. You can skip the sugar if you want. You don't have to add it. Milk and butter or oil, depending on your preference. That's it. Very simple recipe. So let us begin. I did not like the way this recipe was written. So some of you are saying, hey, what's important, right? Hannah, we need to know what temperature we're going to set our oven, right, Heather? So it's 350 degrees. Hey, David J, what's up? Nice to see your face. Man. Hope you got your power back, or hope you get it soon. So we want a 350 degree oven. Okay, so you can preheat that.
Okay.
Alrighty, 300.
Yeah.
Yes, Hannah.
I just don't like when the cable vision goes off.
Oh, Hannah. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. That is awful.
I didn't like that. I didn't.
Did
Is
it
gonna go back on?
Did it go back on? You know what, Hannah? If it's not back on, it will come back soon. It will. They're working.
It will be back.
Okay, it will come back. They're working very hard, those people. The techs. They work very hard. But you know what? Today, even though we can't watch our cable, which makes me very unhappy, we can watch each other right here, okay? It looks like you got your phone, so let's see if we can support you. We can distract you. So for your cookie tin, they're like, hey, use parchment paper or a mat. Now, Nicole, you know how I feel about parchment paper. I don't have any. So if you have a cookie tin, this may be another thing. I have a non-stick, but if you have a non-stick spray, just spray it on. If you've got your cookie sheet or something like that, just spray on some no-stick spray, take some butter, rub it on. Or if you have parchment paper, good, you can lay that on. But we just want to use a non-stick, or we take our spray or our butter and we just wipe it down so the rolls don't stick. That's it. So now let's start on. How's everybody doing? Heather, it looks like you're getting all the ingredients. I'm super impressed. Ezra, thank you so much for joining us today. And Irma's writing down some notes. And Nicole is up. So I'm super happy. You're gonna find out that I give lots of shout outs throughout the class. So let us begin. The first thing that I want to do is I want to measure our flour. Okay? So let's measure our flour, and I'm gonna put it in a separate bowl because eventually I'm gonna add that. So I like to get my ingredients measured first. I don't know. That's me. You don't have to do it this way. So it was 2 cups of flour. Right, Michael? Did I lose Michael again? Where did Michael go? He pops in and out. So I'm going to measure 2 cups of flour. Alrighty? Now, what I do is I, unfortunately, use a half cup scoop instead of a full cup scoop. So I'm going to measure my half cups. Does anybody know how many half cups are in 1 cup? Does anybody know? 1/2. Does anybody know? Nicole's camp doesn't know, so I'm going to tell you. When we take a half, we need 1/2 2 halves to make a whole. A half is, to make 1 cup, you need 2 halves. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that by my halves. So when we measure flour, we want to make sure that it's not a big heaping spoonful. We want it level, okay? Because baking is like a science sometimes. So I have 1/2 cup, alrighty? And then I have, and I made it, and I have 2 half cups. So now I have 1 cup. 1/2 plus 1/2 makes 1 whole cup. You know, it's easy to forget. It's easy to forget. So I need 2 more half cups. So now I have 1.5 cups of flour. And I have now adding my last, I have 2 cups of flour. I have 2 cups of flour. 2 cups. Ta-da! 2 cups of flour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my flour aside. I like to know how much flour I'm using right away. All right? If you're not going to do that, that's okay. So my flour, I've got 2 cups of flour. If you have wheat issues, can you use other types of flour? I say experiment. I say go for it. Try it. Why not? Try it. So now I'm going to get my other bowl, and I'm going to add all the other ingredients. So let's do this together. All righty. So my butter in our recipe, they like it melted, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. And what I love about butter, Ezra, if you're ever helping mom or dad in the kitchen or your sister or whoever, the butter has marks on the side. It has 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. Sorry, Facebook people. 1, 2, 3. And you're just going to take your knife and you're going to cut right on that line. Well, guess what, guys? I just so happen to have 2 tablespoons already cut for me. Look at that. Look how perfect that is. So here, I know David J. Isn't that awesome? Right, Facebook people? So here's my butter. And how do you guys think I'm going to soften it? What do you think? What do you think I'm going to use, David? What do you think? Ezra, what do you think I'm going to do to add some heat? What kitchen appliance? Should I use my microwave? What? Somebody says no, yes. Irma says yeah. I'm going to use my microwave. I'm going to use my microwave. And I'm going to put my butter, which is in a bowl. Hey, Alona. I'm going to put it in a bowl. And I'm going to put it on just for like about 20 seconds, just to get it soft, just to get it melted, nice and melty. We're taking it from a block and we're making it into a liquid. That's what we're doing. And I think it's melted. It melted. Nice. So I'm going to show you. So if you've got a microwave handy, here's my melted butter. 2 tablespoons. I forgot one thing. I'm so discombobulated today. Okay, I'm going to get my mixer too. So I'm going to bring my butter, and I'm just going to scrape that to make sure I get all that butter. Now, if you're not using butter, melted butter, you would use some oil. You can use whatever oil that you want. Hey, Cooper, can you head on out, man? Thanks. Working from home is fun. Hey, Cooper, can you come here? Cooper, come here. Come here. I want everybody to introduce you to my son, Cooper. Hi. He doesn't like to be on, Nicole. Alrighty. So I have my butter. Now I'm gonna add some milk. And as we said, some of us don't drink dairy, right? Irma, I know a lot of people. What are some other milks that people can use if they don't drink dairy milk? What do you think? What are some ideas? Where's my cup? What do you think, Irma? You think maybe
lactate milk?
Yeah, you can use lactate milk. That helps some people with milk proteins. Anybody here, use almond or coconut? You can use all of that. So for your milk, you're going to add a 1/2 cup plus 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to pour in my nice handy dandy cup, my measuring cup. I like to show off all the things I got when I got married. I got all these gifts, and then I wind up not cooking. I don't like to cook so much, you know? But David J., I'm a pretty good cook. Alrighty, so I have my half a cup, and I'm going to pour that into my butter, okay? Into my bowl. But it also had something very interesting. It said I need a half a cup plus 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons. Alrighty? So now let me ask you, when you're looking at your measuring spoons, some people get confused between the tablespoon and the teaspoon. The tablespoon is the big spoon. The big spoon. It's like, think of it, a table is much bigger than a teacup, right? Your teaspoon is the smaller one. That's the little T. And the big T is the tablespoon. So we're going to use 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons. So I'm kind of measuring it out. I'm doing it exactly. I'm taking my time. 1, 2, and 3. I got my 3 tablespoons. Very strange that we just have just 3 tablespoons. Anybody know that? Anybody on Facebook? Usually they're pretty good. Facebook people know a lot of this stuff. So I have my milk, my butter. Now, I'm also going to be adding a half a teaspoon of sugar. I'm sorry, a half a tablespoon. Sorry, a half a tablespoon. Now, that's very interesting. Some people have half tablespoon measurements. They do. Some do. Some people don't. So you say, Deborah, what do I do? Should I add a little bit more? Should I add a full tablespoon? I would say it might be too sweet. So what you might want to do is add maybe 1 teaspoon and a half a teaspoon. 3 teaspoons is a whole tablespoon. I think that's kind of weird. So I'm going to use my teaspoon, and I'm going to measure it very exactly. See how I did that? And I'm going to put 1 teaspoon and a half a teaspoon. But you can just maybe fill your tablespoon just halfway. So there's my half a teaspoon. So I just added a little sugar. They're going to be a little sweet, okay? Just a little sweet. We like a little sweetness. Alrighty? So I added that into my bowl. Then we're going to add the salt. So I have my salt, and we're going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. A half a teaspoon. So I'm going to measure it. I'm going to try to measure it. Not exact. I'm going to try to get it exact. Oops, I fell. So I'll pick it up, throw it over my shoulder. Does anybody know why you do that? Why you throw the spilt salt over your shoulder? I don't know. I don't know. Anybody? Irma, do you know why people do that? Anybody? No? Victoria? I don't know. So I'm going to put my salt in. Boom. Right into my bowl of my wet ingredients, my liquids. And now I'm going to get my...
Good luck, Deborah.
What?
They do it for good luck.
It's for good luck? Oh, well, wait a minute. I don't think there's enough salt. We need so much salt for this year. I mean, like, can we... Here, I just might as well just pour it all over me. I mean, wow. I knew it was for good... I knew it was something like that, but I don't know why. I mean, that seems... You're going to step on it and maybe slip. I think it's going to give you bad luck spilling your salt. I don't know. Maybe because it was so valuable at one time. I don't know. Let's move with our baking powder. Very simple recipe today. Very simple. Well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes it's hard for people to follow along. I get it. Cooking can be challenging. It can be challenging. So we're going to use our baking powder, Irma. And I'm going to measure 2 teaspoons. And I'm going to show you. That's the smaller one. And see how nice and even I did it? Very good, Heather. Very good. You're working those measuring spoons like a chef in a restaurant. I love that. So we're going to add that in. And what I was saying, and we want to make sure it's level. We don't want to add too much or too little. We want to make sure that our spoon is nicely filled. Now, why are we adding this? And why did I make a big deal about yeast? Like no yeast. Some people...
I looked it up, Deborah.
Well, yes?
I looked it up.
Yes.
According to superstition,
Okay.
it is bad luck if you spill salt. So when you throw it over your shoulder, it counteracts the bad luck.
Ah, I see. Okay. Alrighty. I get it now. Okay. I still think it's, not the best, but whatever. I get it. Alrighty. All right. Not too bad. Now, what we're going to do is now we have all our ingredients in. We have our flour to the side, and all the other ingredients have been added. So what we're going to do is we're going to whisk this. Okay? A whisk. That's right, Nikhil. When we whisk, it's a little bit of a faster spin. A faster stir. The idea is we really want to break stuff up. Okay? You could stir it this way, but with a whisk, the idea is it breaks all the things up in there. So I've got this interesting liquidy stuff, okay, that I got in here. And now, some of it didn't break up. I don't think I think my butter cooled. And then we're going to add our flour. When we make bread is very soft and spongy. And when you make it, you add something called yeast, right, Michael? And what does yeast do? What does yeast do to a recipe, Michael? Do you know?
Rises.
Yes, Victoria, it rises. So what we're going to do, we don't want to do that because you know what? I don't want to wait a half an hour for it to rise. I never have good luck when I make bread. So we are using a no yeast recipe. So you can make this anytime because usually you should have all 6 of these ingredients right in your house. Okay? So the flour, we're going to slowly add the flour a little bit at a time. So we're going to be making a dough versus a batter. Does anybody want to explain kind of what's the difference between a dough and a batter? Does anybody? What do you think, Michael? You want to give it a shot? Are you still there? No, there you are. Does anybody know?
A dough?
A dough and a batter. It's okay if you don't know. I mean, are they the same thing? Hey, Doug, what's up, man? Welcome. I saw you. I think I saw you in yoga.
No, I'm trying to think.
Well, I'm slowly adding it in.
I don't know. I can't.
You don't know. So a batter.
CA cares today, Deb.
What? We're doing a fashion, but I will also talk about CA cares as well. Okay, Caitlin?
No.
Is that okay? So what happens is as I'm adding my flour, my liquids actually is not getting any liquidy. It's not wet anymore. It's like this big clumpy stuff. A dough is a thicker batter. Now, for those of you who don't like to get your hands dirty, you may want to put gloves on. You can. And what I'm going to do is, this says be careful not to add all the flour. You should have some left over. Well, thank you. You should put that in the beginning. So what I'm going to do is you just add it a little bit at a time. Okay? It would help if I read everything before. All of you who know me know I'm bad at that. So yeah, you're going to have a little bit extra flour in your bowl. Okay, that's cool. This is a dough, Michael. This is a dough. A dough is a firm, it's you can hold it. It's not drippy, okay? The idea is you're going to shape it, right? What kind of cookies? So I have a little extra flour that didn't mix, so I'm going to put that off to the side. And, and if you notice it's too dry, you can add a little bit more milk, I think. A little bit more milk if you notice it's very dry. Add it in if you used all your flour. Alrighty? Keep your flour handy. I was just going to say that after I read the recipe. I thought I read it. Because we're going to use that if we need to keep our hands dry or our hands from sticking from the dough. So you're going to use your spoon. You're going to mix it. You're slowly adding the flour until you notice you get a nice ball, or it's like a nice mixture that it sticks together. Right, Ezra? Look at this, man. What do you think? It looks like a nice ball. It looks like a snowball. I'm going to toss and throw at you all. I wouldn't do that.
What are we doing in CA Cares today, Deb?
We're actually talking about a fashion show project, Caitlin. And I think you might like this. We are going to be designing coffee. Nice, Heather. Nice, Heather. Keep going. If you notice that your dough is a little wet and it's sticking to your hands, get a little extra flour. Just sprinkle it on, and it'll start to not stick to your hands a little bit. Okay? But Caitlin, to answer your question, we are going to be starting a project where we are ooh, I like that sifter. I like that sifter. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, we got pros over there. And just get it till it's a ball and then just put it down. So Caitlin, sorry, we're going to be talking about designing fashion cozies or clothes for our water bottles and coffee mugs. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a show on that because our fashion classes have been thrown off because we can't see each other. And I'll unveil the dress as well that we've been working on and other things, but I will update you all on CA Cares because we have a new drive that's coming on. Okay? So you have your ball. And I didn't tell you this because I always forget. If you have a knife handy, get a knife. Now, I find this recipe very interesting. I'm going to make sure I post it up there. It said divide the dough in 7 pieces. Now, I don't know about you guys, but why? That's a weird number, don't you think, Michael? It's not like an even number. Why do you think they picked 7? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe 7's a lucky number.
I mean, usually it's like 6 rolls, 8 rolls, 4 rolls. I thought that was weird. I really thought that was weird. I don't know. But now you have this nice ball. And then what you can do is you can start to roll it more into like a little log, okay, if you like. Alrighty? Okay? And what we're going to do is you can take a knife. Let me see if I can get my cutting board out. Okay. For those of you who don't know, I have an old kitchen. I have like a lot of weird stuff, okay, in my kitchen. So you're going to divide it into 7. Now, if you want 6, that's okay. If you want little 8, but I'm going to see how many I get. I got 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if I'm going to get 6 here with my dough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe I'll split this one in half. I'm going to do 6. Okay? So what I did was I cut it. You can pull it apart with your fingers. Or you can cut it with a non-sharp knife, okay, for safety. Okay? I just went boop, 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 and I made 6. The recipe says 7. Like Michael, I agree with you. I think that's a little weird. We're going to take our pieces, our 7 pieces, and we're going to roll them into a ball. To roll something, you take your dough, okay? You take your dough, just like who here likes to work with clay or Play-Doh? Anybody? Raise your hand. Play-Doh, clay. It's the same thing with dough. It's just you're making stuff that some people can eat. So I have my misshapen dough, David J., and I'm just going to roll it. I'm going to squeeze it into my hands, squeeze it back and forth, or I put it on my hand, put my other hand on top, and I just make a circle. Okay? That's how you roll it, okay? So we've got 1, 2. Let's see how many I got. Maybe I can do 7. I don't know. I'm going to have all different size rolls, guys. It's going to be weird. I'm going to have a weird table. I don't know. So I'm just making rolls. Making rolls. I got a lot of rolls on my body. Maybe I shouldn't be eating so many rolls. I don't know. Let's see. Okay? We're making our rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All my rolls are different shapes, Ezra. It's quite disappointing. They are all different shapes, man. Look at that. All different shapes. But that's okay. I'm just learning. I never used this recipe, and I'm trying, and I do like to cook for my family. Listen, some of us can't eat certain foods. Some of us, do not eat solid foods. Some of us have food allergies. So we have to be careful when we're cooking with types of foods that can, cause our allergies to flare up. But sometimes it's nice to cook for others. It's nice to cook for others. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm probably not going to eat any of these rolls because I shouldn't be eating bread. So I'm going to put them on my cookie tin. Nice, guys. Nice, Heather. You guys are like looking like a real kitchen over there. All right. And I'm going to put them on to my cookie tray. David J's like, man, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Thank you, David. Thank you. And I'm going to put them all onto my cookie tray. Okay? Now, does anybody remember how much my oven was supposed to be on? So we're going to put it in our oven. Does anybody remember? Victoria, Michael, David J. I know you seem to think you know what it is. Anybody? What the temperature was?
350.
Thank you, Heather. Excellent. 350. So we're going to put it in our 350 degree oven, and we're going to bake these rolls for about 25 minutes. Now, there is one other, 25. Okay. To be honest with you, this is a new recipe for me. I love to try new recipes, so I can't say for certain if it's exact, but we're going to try. The other things that you can do, let's talk about this. So that's the basic recipe. Boom. You've got your rolls. Now let's say, Deborah, I like my rolls to be a little snazzy. I say, really? You like your rolls to be a little snazzy? Yeah, Deborah, I like my rolls to be a little shiny. Okay, now this wasn't on the materials, but this is if something you have a little extra stuff you want to do. You can do an egg wash. You can take an egg and you can beat the egg and you can paint them with the egg to make them a little shiny. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an extra tablespoon of butter. Extra tablespoon of butter. This is just an aside because some people, it does add calories. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of butter, okay? Just a tablespoon. And once again, I'm going to melt that. Okay? Now, does anybody know what I'm going to do with this
Are you putting the butter on the top of the roll?
What? Was that you? I don't see Michael.
That was me.
Oh, okay. What do you think I'm going to do with this butter, Victoria? What do you think?
Are you putting it on top of the...
Yes. I'm going to paint a little extra butter onto my muffins. So this is up to you. This is just a little extra. And we can talk about different things we can add to the muffins as well. Anybody have any ideas what you might be able to add to this muffin mix? We kept it plain. What do you think, Caitlin? What's something that you could maybe add to the muffin mixes if you were going to make them like herbal muffins or something? I have one. I didn't want you all to run out to the store and get crazy stuff. I mean, what might be something you might add? Do you think you could add some dried herbs or fresh herbs to it?
Blueberries.
Ooh, I love that. Oh, I love blueberries. This is the time of it. We made a delicious blueberry crumble a couple of weeks ago. So you could add some herbs the next time you try this. We wanted to see if it works.
Spotted Oreo.
Oh, did you? Yeah, Stephanie doesn't have power. You guys are like, what? Oreos? There he is. He joined me for cooking today. You can add, we're going to do the wash with a little, we're going to paint these, as I say. I'm going to brush. Now, I like to show off that I have groovy cooking stuff that, as I said, when I moved into my house, I had to have a Pampered Chef party, and I had to buy all these things. Before I had kids, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be cooking gourmet food all the time. What? Where's the bear? Is that what you're saying? What are you saying?
Wait, because, I'm me. What are you making?
What am I making? I'm making, it's okay. We're making dinner rolls that you can either eat for lunch or, being that we had so much going on this week, I wanted to keep it a very simple recipe, that stuff we already have in the house. That's kind of a big thing of mine, right? So I took a little extra butter And I just kind of, you could dribble it on. You could probably, once you add your butter, or if you do an egg wash, you could add maybe, what do you think, sesame seeds, poppy seeds, maybe some flax seeds.
The everything seasoning. The everything bagel.
Oh, Victoria, everything seasoning.
The bagel the everything bagel thing.
Ooh, that sounds like a great thing to add. I don't have that. Sorry, I'm
My
gurgling.
sister found it at Trader Joe's.
Oh, I gotta go. I haven't been to Trader Joe's, I
Trader
think,
Joe's has it.
since this whole thing started. So once again, we said a
Trader Joe's has it. That's where she had found it.
All right, I'm gonna try that then. I'm gonna try that.
'Cause she adds it to like she does it with like her eggs, or like she'll add it into her eggs. She'll add it into like her cereal, I think, or
Ooh, that-
something.
Oh, that sounds very
she does, like,
good.
different-
That
like,
sounds very good.
experiments with it.
That sounds delish. That sounds delicious. I really like that. So yeah.
It's everything bagel seasoning.
Okay, cool. So what I recommend is, if you're going to add those little seasonings on top of your dinner rolls, try something a little wet on top. That's why we did a little extra butter. Or you can you can take an egg in a bowl, you can whisk it. An egg wash. There you go, Caitlin. Not everybody wants to add egg, for different reasons. So it's up to you. Or you can leave them just plain. You can, hey, Christian, where have you been? I'm sorry that I missed you, man. Oh, Christian's got no power and no internet. I'm sorry, man.
How's it on Facebook then?
I'm
my
sorry.
bad.
Yeah.
bad.
Well, we're glad you stopped in to let us know you're okay. And you had 2 granola bars. Excellent. Oh, that might be a fun. What do you guys think? Who, for the next cooking, who would like to maybe make should we try like a granola bar recipe?
Mm.
Oh, I just piqued Caitlin's interest. She was like, I think that might be good.
Yeah.
It's done. It is done. We will
usually have some I think blueberry or blackberries upstairs.
Yeah, we could see if we could use fresh fruits and things like that. Okay. I'll look into that, and I will, look into that for next time. I promise. I think that's the way we're gonna go. I know Leona, when you go to her cooking classes, not all the time, but she makes some really awesome meals. You guys make awesome meals with her. I like a lot of more baking, if you've noticed. I do a lot of baking, and I try to do it with stuff that you could get delivered to your house and you have it in your house. That's a real important thing for me. Like, if you've got it, let's use it. And I love to see how we can change it up, because I've seen different people for this class. Different people have gotten like different ideas. And last week, did anybody make the cake with the soda? Anybody? On Facebook? Do it.
I asked my mom about it.
Do
I said,
it.
Have you ever made a cake with soda? And she goes, what?
If
Yeah,
you,
we made the cake with the soda.
how did it come out?
We did the chocolate with Diet Dr. Pepper soda.
Yeah.
It was very tasty.
Ooh.
And then we actually made lemon one with the lemon lime, Diet Lemon Lime.
That was delish, right?
How did it come
Now,
out?
you know what I find? You know what I bet you could do with
Yeah.
that? Because it was so moist that you could
Yeah.
really keep it together. I bet you could do that and make the cake pops.
I think you could too.
Because they stuck together, they formed.
Yeah. I was thinking that when I was eating it. Absolutely. Maybe that, you know what? Maybe one day, maybe we do granola bars. Maybe we come back to the cake mix and we try to make like cake pops or something like that. Let me look into it with the same recipe, because a lot of people like that. And then we can make homemade whipped cream, or we can figure out how to make icing or something like that. Or something. We'll figure it out. So, but that was very good. Christian really recommends, what book was it? Shoe Dog, right? Shoe Dog. He recommends that book. So these are going to cook for about 25 minutes. They're going to bake in 25 minutes in your oven, okay? And hopefully you'll have these, I'm hoping, soft dinner rolls instead of, rock hard balls. I have a feeling they're more like, let me see, what is that? Strawberry watermelon smoothies. Whoa. So Caitlin's talking about smoothies. Listen, I really like smoothies, we could have a whole class on smoothies. But one of the problems with smoothies is we have to make sure everybody's a blender and they feel comfortable using it. So that's a very good suggestion, Caitlin. Maybe we do that with our granola. Well, I'll figure it out.
Doing it that way, we could also do it in like an ice pop form.
Caitlin, these are some good ideas. These are some very good ideas.
My mom used to make strawberry watermelon ice pops for me every summer as a kid to keep my potassium levels up.
Ooh, well, watermelon's so good for you. Watermelon is so good for you.
And whenever watermelon wasn't in season, she would always put peanuts.
You guys got good moms. My mom, growing up, made me for lunch Wonder Bread with bologna and a slice of American cheese. That's what my mom made.
That was like my staple for
and
a very
Campbell's
long
soup.
time, but not anymore.
Oh, I didn't eat well. And Campbell's soup. Who grew up on Campbell's soup? That's why I have high blood pressure today. Good stuff. Listen, it was different.
I was a big chick house bologna person for a very long time, but I don't eat even cold cuts anymore.
Oh, well, you're better off for it, Caitlin. I love bologna. I love bologna.
My mom fiercely.
And liverwurst. Anybody eat? Ezra's like, Ezra's like listening to us. He goes, "These foods sound disgusting. You poor children."
My dad does, and I do too.
Really?
Ezra, if you're talking to us, just so you know, you're on mute. But Irma, did you ever eat bologna sandwiches or liverwurst?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably had people that took better care. Liverwurst. I won't eat it now. It's just yuck. But yeah, that's what we grew up on. Campbell's soup. Listen, I was a kid in the 70s, so you took care of yourself. Our parents. What did you have?
I was a Lunchables kid in the 90s.
Oh, Lunchables in the 90s. Yeah, Lunchables. Your mom did that. Yeah, I think some of us of the same age or generation have the same experiences. When I was growing up, you were on your own. They kicked you out of the house at the beginning of the day, and they said, bye, don't come back. And it's a miracle we all came back. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. But probably people are safer. So what we're going to do is, I can smell that. I always like to share the smells. I'm thinking this is pretty good. Heather, I'm going to share a little something. I just have a question for you guys. Which center do you, and you guys are on mute, just so you know, which center do you usually go to when you were in person?
We didn't go to any. We just started last week.
So welcome. We're so happy to have you. So one of the things I'm using, we're switching a few things.
We're on a waiting list for Cedar Knolls.
Okay, alrighty. Okay. So you have some people here that attend that program. We attend different programs based on where we live. That's how it works. And
Edison.
we got everybody representing. We've got some people from Bergen, our Washington Township, and that's where, just so you know, that's where I generally teach. That's where I generally teach. I was the director there, now director for everybody. Then there's Cedar Knolls. Very nice people there, and we got some peeps from Cedar Knolls on here.
I'm at both, so you'll see me.
Yes, so Victoria was both, and Caitlin was there, and then we have a wonderful soul from the Edison. So it's nice. That makes man. You don't know how happy you made me today by seeing you. I love it. I love it. I'm loving it. Yeah, that's where Ezra's from. So Ezra's a cool dude. So we've got Jamie and Christian and some other peeps on Facebook. So we're happy that you guys joined in there. And so when you are done, hello. I'm happy to see you again, too. Nicole's waving hello to you. Watch out for Nicole, Ezra. She likes to, flirt with those guys. So Nicole's a lot of fun. Nicole and I have a lot of fun together. So when you're done with your recipes or any of your artwork, I do love to have people, I've always done it this way, and now we can do it for everybody. Send me pictures. Send me pictures of what you got, and I put it up on Facebook. I put it up on our Instagram page, and I love to see it. And I don't give your last name, but I give you credit. Say, hey,
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
So
We're going to have them for lunch.
excellent.
It's our salad.
Perfect. That's what I was going to ask people. What would you use these rolls for? If you have some salad, if you have a little bit of tuna fish, maybe use some peanut butter and jelly or some jelly. But definitely a salad might work for these. And I'm going to take a peek before we take a break. I mean, they're doing something. I think they're going to turn out more like biscuits, Irma. I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to be soft like, when you go to the bakery and you have those rolls. I think that's what they're going to be. But we're going to try it. We're going to try it because we made a lot of different stuff as I throw all my stuff on the ground. We've done, every week I save our recipes. And I'm making a quarantine cookbook of everything that we've done. I'm gonna call it something else because I don't want to depress people. But so we wanna keep it a positive thing. So we're gonna make that as well. So we've got a whole bunch of recipes that we've done, and I'll have to see if Leona wants to add some recipes as well.
You probably would.
I don't remember what you made.
Yeah, you want to show me, Heather? I would love to see it.
Oh, I want her to tell you about something she made during quarantine.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me.
What'd you make? The brownies.
You made
brownies?
Healthy brownies. They had
Healthy brownies.
what was in them? Chickpeas and almond butter.
Wow. If you guys want to send me that recipe, we're happy to try it here. I would love that.
At the almond butter.
Listen, one of the things we do, I like almond butter, but I know some people have nut allergies, and we can find different ways. We always tell people
Apple butter.
We always tell people, we say, hey, experiment. When we first started cooking here, we didn't always have stuff. There was a flour shortage, or there was this shortage or that shortage.
Yeah.
So we figured out what could we replace things, and we got really clever people. But if you have that recipe, I would love to see it, and I would love to include it as one of our recipes to try. I love it.
I was particularly happy with it because I was dieting.
Yeah.
And not having regular brownies, and so I was able to have one of those, and it just.
I would love to do that recipe. You got my email because I think you responded to me. Feel free. If not, let me know.
Okay.
Let me know. I would love
It was
to.
a sort of can have your cake and eat it too situation.
Oh, Caitlin,
Right.
and you know I love cake. That's the problem. I've been eating so much cake. So what I'm going to do.
I'm a sugarholic.
Oh, I just all that good stuff.
I think all three of us, and Marie and Trinette, would get along so well.
Oh my goodness, maybe not. You might have to fight me for the cake, girl, because I really do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put you guys, I'm going to put myself onto mute for a second. I'm going to switch out of my kitchen. For those of you who are coming on or staying on to see what we do kind of after at the 11:30 hour, feel free, stay on. I'm not going to kick anybody off. I know Caitlin's like, I want to talk about CA Cares. I want to do that. And yes, you will, but I do want to remind people of the rest of the schedule for the day. As far as I know, nothing has been changed because of the power outage, okay? So we're going to find out. So for Wednesday at 11, some of you may want to pop into the cartooning. That's on GoToMeeting. Eventually, we're going to streamline things, but we wanted to not change stuff too quickly. Then 11:30 with me is CA Cares and the fashion group.
What does CA stand for?
For enhancing abilities.
Yes. So the company is Progressive Comprehensive Services, but we offer different services, and our centers where you physically go or they are the Center for Enhancing Abilities. So you'll hear us say a lot CEA because it's a long thing. Kara used to make fun of me. Kara's over there. She used to make fun of me. When Katie's coming on, I used to talk so fast. I'm a fast talker. I used to say Center for Enchanting Abilities. I guess I read too much Harry Potter. So Center for Enhancing Abilities. And so if some of you want to go check out Cartooning with Dan, he's on now at GoToMeeting. We've got our next thing here. 12 o'clock is our research group, if you wanted. That's on Zoom. Then on Zoom is Lunch Bunch with Stacy and Allison. 1 p.m., that's Leona on GoToMeeting for crafting. They're finished. They're working on a project. So if you want to go in and check out and see if you can learn about that.
I think it's a brand new project.
Oh, is it? Okay, because she didn't send me the, okay, so if it's a brand new project, wonderful. Go on there. 1:30 is our Skills Fund group. You guys know what that one's about. That's only a half hour. That's on Zoom. 2 p.m. is Amy J with dance. Join that. 3 p.m. That's on GoToMeeting. 3 p.m. is Music with Tony on Zoom and Facebook. And then at 6 p.m. tonight, you've got Shamli and Michelle. They're going to do a craft. You need a jar, paper, and a marker, if I recall. So that's them. And then at 7 o'clock is our parents and caregivers meeting, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute myself out here and my video, and I'm going to shift away from my kitchen, and we'll get started on the next one. So whoever is staying, stay. Who's ever leaving and going to your next thing, feel free. No worries. That's what it's all about. So hold on. Oh, and you can talk amongst yourselves. Alrighty, stop video. And I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I'm going to check in on Facebook for Skills Group, okay? And I have flour on my nose.